Hey everyone, it's TVC Mario, and you're here for another edition of Born Again Christian Testimonies. Our God is mighty to save. If you haven't seen the other videos in this playlist, I recommend that you do so. I've created it to share powerful stories with you. Stories where God completely transforms people in a miraculous and powerful way, and then uses them to be a testimony and a witness for Him in the world here today. So if you haven't seen the other awesome testimonies that I've collected and shared from people who have encountered Jesus Christ, definitely check that out. Now, today I'm really excited to be sharing with you a powerful testimony from a brother in the Lord, Brother Jojo. He was a heroin addict and even got into dealing, but in the end, God miraculously set him free. And I'm just so overwhelmed by joy to see this young man be set free of a serious addiction. And what I would like is if you know anyone who has a similar problem, a drug addiction, or any kind of addiction that you feel would be encouraged by this testimony, make sure to send them this video. Now, I'm not going to take too much time here. This is a powerful and awesome story. I'll go ahead and leave the link to Brother Jojo's ministry. He's, put it upon himself to use his testimony to go out and help other people, to show them the ways of the Lord. And it's an awesome thing. So make sure that you check out that link in the description section. And I really pray that you are mightily blessed by this amazing testimony.
Also known as Pastor Jojo from Let's. How's it going, everybody? This is Shep, also known as Pastor Jojo from Let's Change the World Ministries. You're probably seeing this on the Vigilant Christian Mario's page. If you haven't had a chance to talk to Mario personally, I would definitely do it. He's a totally awesome guy, man. Like, no, there's no fronting with this guy. He's legitimate. So I was gonna give you guys my testimony. He had asked me to do, which is something I'm really grateful for, that I'm able to participate in his ministry. But it kind of starts off, I'm going to go kind of through it a little bit quickly, considering the fact that a lot of us have very long testimonies. But, so basically, I was adopted when I was 5 years old with my brother, and we were separated from my other two sisters and brother. I have an older brother and two sisters, and then a younger brother. My younger brother and I, we were both adopted, and grew up a little bit rough. Things weren't easy. Not to get into too many details, but turned 18, started experimenting with drugs and stuff, just out of depression, because my birth mom ended up, she got hit by a train, she died, and my dad just never wanted anything to do with me, apparently. So, growing up, naturally that would have messed me up a lot. So I started getting into drugs. I was smoking weed, and also drinking a lot, going to parties and stuff, and just seeking comfort elsewhere. And it really wasn't working out too well for me. I mean, it was working for me, but spiritually it was kind of messed up. I got saved at 15 years old, but I was a lukewarm Christian. So I was living like this, man. I was living horribly. And there would come times where, how about this? I started doing ecstasy, cocaine and stuff like that after the weed. So I started getting to the point where my body was acting weird. I'd be praying, God, don't let me die, because I'd just do so many drugs to the point where I couldn't do drugs anymore. And I thought I was going to die a bunch of times. So I'd always be praying to the Lord in vain. I'd be praying to Him for help, but I was never seeking Him with my life, and I was never praying to thank Him and praying that He would help me to follow Him. So then it goes up to when I was turned 18 years old. It was at the end of my 18th, I was 18 years old, and it was coming toward almost 19 years old, and I was doing heroin. I started smoking heroin, and I, was doing that for a while. I did opiates for a total of about 7 years. After the heroin, I was doing, pills, Oxycontin, Percocets and all that kind of stuff for a while. When that stuff wasn't doing it anymore, I went back to heroin, and I started doing big amounts. And then to support my habit, I started working with with cartels. I started selling drugs, lots and lots of heroin. It was really bad. I was strung out all the time. I ended up losing everything multiple times. Until this last time, I was smoking about 15, 20 bags of heroin, points of heroin a day. And it got to the point where I just wasn't doing anything, so I started using a needle. So I started shooting up in my arm. heroin. I got up to 3 grams a day. Okay, that's a lot. I was also shooting up methamphetamine with it, and also snorting Xanax bars, benzodiazepines. So I was so messed up on these drugs, man. I was strung out. I ended up losing everything. I almost got a divorce. I was on the street. I was living in behind bushes up by the north part of town, where I live. So basically, yeah, that's what ended up happening. I was starting to get to the point where, you know, I was tired of selling drugs, man. I was tired of being in this shady life. It was really tearing me open inside. And I started getting to a point where when I was sleeping outside, these drugs would start to, like, I feel like I'd have a truck on my chest, or I was having out-of-body experiences almost, and like sleep paralysis, you know what that is, where the whole demonic oppression and stuff like that. And the whole time I heard God calling to my heart, you know, and I was like, God, you know, I'll do it, God. And I tell people this too. I knew I had 11 seconds from when I pushed the plunger down in my arm to where it would hit my heart. So I had 11 seconds to say a prayer every time, because I took everything to the extreme. So I had 11 seconds to say a prayer, asking for forgiveness, so that if I were to die, I wouldn't go to hell. So, you know, God kept me on my toes, and he kept me knowing he was there. But, man, I was tearing everything apart, man. I don't know how many people I killed or sent to jail by dealing drugs or selling them this stuff. So basically I said, Lord, I'm ready to stop. You know, he told me, he said, I will help you again. So this time it's going to be different. You need to take the first step, and we're going to do something different. You are mine after this. That's what he said. You're mine. All of you is mine. I said, okay, Lord. You know, so I got off. I went to detox, and after my 5 days of detox, I ended up withdrawing. This is heroin withdrawal. You get hot and cold all the time, right? So your temperature is not right. You're either sweating from heat or you're shivering from cold, and it happens every like 10 seconds. It changes from one to the other. You get goose flesh. Your bones ache so bad you just want to break your legs and arms. Your skin burns and like flashes so bad where you want to tear your skin off. You're hot, you're cold, you're depressed, you're angry, depressed, sometimes happy, just your emotions are all messed up. You get very suicidal, depression. I was getting sweat that was dripping down into my eyes that was like acidic. It was burning my eyes because of all the toxins in my body. When I got out of detox, I was still withdrawing. It was only day 5, and I was tempted. Somebody asked me if I wanted heroin. It was actually a guy that I went to detox with. I said no, and I walked away crying. I said, Lord, I'm going to get through this, right? So I ended up looking at my Bible when I was in distress, and I was withdrawing hard, and I saw the words believe in there, and they started to glow. There's like these little glowing balls that were circling around the word believe. I was like, whoa, you know? So God was with me, man. I knew it, you know? So I kept going, got through it, and God... this ministry that I have is a little over 2,000 people right now. It's not much. It's just starting out and everything. But all this was given to me in 4 months, less than 4 months. This ministry is about 4 months old. We've got 5 pastors. We've got a whole bunch of leaders, staff. Like I said, like 2,100 members. 14 church pages. Like 10 different chat rooms. God, it's getting huge. God is in control of this. God is in control of this ministry, and now I'm living for Him. So that's my testimony, guys. It's the shortened version, but I mean, point being, I was a wicked man, and now the Lord is helping me. And we're never perfect, guys. None of us are ever perfect. And if anybody ever tells you that they are, then they're not telling you the truth. We all struggle all the time. I still struggle all the time, but you know what, man? I'm living for the Lord, and I'm trying my very best, and I repent of my sins, and that's what's key, guys. You got to repent, and you got to follow the commandments. That's huge. And that's what we teach, is following the commandments of God and being on your toes. Like Mario is on top of his game, and that's the only way you can do it. That's the only way you can live for the Lord, is being on fire 24/7. You never sleep. Your ministry never shuts down. You're constantly working. If you're not working, you're sleeping. That's the way it is. And, you know, I myself used to watch Vigilant Christian Mario, still do, but I used to watch him all the time as like, part of my daily routine, and I learned a lot from watching his channel. You know, a bunch of people in my ministry that work in my ministry, the staff, they also watched Mario. I mean, it's great. I mean, his ministry is awesome. I mean, there's not a single hair that gets past Mario, you know. Evil doesn't like Mario. So it's really great, guys. And like I said, if you haven't talked to him personally, get on it, because he's really he's an awesome dude, man. I mean, talk about a person that portrays Christ. It's awesome, you know. I mean, and he's very comfortable and easy to talk to. So definitely get at him, you know. Anyway, other than that, guys, my page is Let's Change the World International Online Church, and the ministry is Let's Change the World Ministries. I'll leave a link with Mario for our church page. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm really thankful. Because we were praying about this, and God answered our prayers. Mario came, and look at this. Now he's helping us out and helping putting our name out there, so that we can preach the gospel too. And that's really amazing, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mario. Thank you so much for everything you've done. I really appreciate the chance to work with you, and I hope all you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys out there on the field. Feel free to contact me at any time through the church page or whatever. And once you enter the church page, I can put you in chats, and I can have personal discussions with you and stuff. Other than that, guys, all right, take it easy and have a wonderful day. All right, bye.